Alright guys, we got a 2019 Chevrolet Tahoe. This is a V8 engine, doesn't matter if you got Chevy, Suburban, Tahoe. We're gonna replace the rear brake pads on this baby, so I did do the opposite side. So let me show you the brake pads I got here. So I'm using this Evolutions here. That's the brand. They're pretty good silent brake pads. There's a part number for this rear one, so every vehicle is different, so make sure you get the correct pieces. Anyways, we're gonna need a few tools, which I got all gathered here. We're gonna need where did I put my tools? We're gonna need a 20 millimeter, which can go right onto this because sometimes these will twist. But we're really gonna remove the bottom bolt here. You don't need to take off the top bolt here, so you put this in between right here, right there, and take off the other bolt. So we need that. We need a 13 millimeter for this little guy. We're gonna spin it counterclockwise. We got a wire brush, we got a pry bar, we got a compress tool, we got a brake cleaner, and we got a rag, and we got greasing here. This is a regular good old brake grease. We got silicone grease here. It's a partner. I do got a video on all this stuff. Anyways, let's take this baby apart and put the brake pads. It's the same process on the opposite side, so let's get this baby going. Okay, to begin, what we're gonna do is, like I said, we're gonna try to take this bolt apart. So let's see if it comes off. So if it doesn't come off, and if the center spins, so you need to put this wrench right in the middle just like it did, so you can hold on to that, and then manage this somehow, some way. I'm in a bad position, bad angle, but we'll get this baby off. So a few turns and it will come off. I'm gonna have to just move my camera out of the way. Let me just put it right here. At least you guys got the process how to do that. I'm gonna keep turning it until it comes off, and once it's off completely, I'm gonna remove the caliper. Should be a 20-minute job. Take your time. If you need to take longer, that's fine. Once it's loose enough, it should turn by hand. Just like that, this baby will come off. Okay, after that, try to remove this caliper. If you can't, just try to squeeze it out of there, just like that. And we're gonna slide this pin out of there. Let's see, my light is in a bad position. Let me just put it right here. There you go, that's better. So this baby is gonna just slip out of there, just like that. We can take our caliper, just leave it up here. Let's remove the brake pads, 1 and 2. If they don't come out, use a pry bar to push them out of there. Those babies come out. So next step here, what I like to do here is, if you want to change the hardware, it's up to you. But I like to, if these are pretty good, nice and solid, and they're not crazy rusted. They're just dirty from brake dust. So you got to clean all 4 slots where the brake pad will sit. So if you need to install new ones, you just take a pry bar, pull them off, put new ones on, and make sure they don't touch on this. So once they're clean, give it some parts cleaner, which is the brake cleaner, and give it a moment. And meanwhile, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our rag. I'm gonna clean this slider pin right here. Clean out the slider pin. I'm gonna put silicone greasing on this guy and stick it right back in, and do the same thing. Make sure the boot grabs onto it. Do the same thing for this one right here. Do the same thing here. So where's my rag? I'm gonna clean this guy off. Once it's clean, you're gonna take some greasing on this guy and leave it there, and we're gonna compress the brake piston, caliper piston. Okay, so we're gonna compress this little guy, and you can put a brake pad here to compress it, but if you're using a C-clamp, put a brake pad in it where one of the brake pads goes. So you can take one of the brake pads and put that there and use a C-clamp, or use a compress tool like I have here. So this is a pretty good compress tool here. So this baby will just simply go right in, just like that. Should be easy to push this back in. And there it is, nice and flush. Let's take off our tool, and we're gonna come back down, put some greasing, and put the brake pads in. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take a little bit of greasing. We're gonna put it right here. Make sure you don't get it in the water. Same thing here, same thing here, and same thing up on the top here. And okay, there you go. My brush got caught in there. And after that, you need to grab your brake pads So pay attention to your old brake pad. If you see this brake wear indicator right here, this little metal plate here, if this was in the back, if this brake pad was in the back just like that, it becomes on the top, okay? That plate comes on the top. So we need to take the correct pad that's gonna be up on the top, on the inner brake pad on the top, and this baby just simply goes right on, and this one goes right on. If for any reason your brake pad doesn't go in smooth like that with the fingertip, you need to file a bit here, clean the paint off both sides, and the brake pad should go on. But anyways, we got this baby on. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna take our caliper and put the slider pin in. Okay, it's very simple, and this baby goes in. And take your 13mm bolt, tighten this bolt up, make sure it's nice and tight. Make sure your brake line is nice and straight. There's no curl to it. A lot of people will twist it, and that will restrict fluid from going back and forth. So this is all done and set. So I am gonna have to put that 20 behind this and lock up this bolt. So once this is done, notice usually I will put some greasing on the outer edges of the brake pads. I didn't do that because on these I never have issue. Okay, if you want to pull it a bit, do it. If you got that metal shim in the back, this type of shim here, you don't really need to, but you should do it anyway if you want, but I'm fine with that. All right guys, thank you for watching my video. Stay tuned for more videos, and we're all done and set. Make sure you pump the brake pedal several times. Once you complete all the brake jobs, everything is nice and tight before you start up, so the piston can retract back. Other than that, you're not gonna have brakes. And go for a test drive. There should be no noise.